All right, we have zeros. We have this scenario of a parabola, a quadratic graph, and we have zeros at 0 and 8 with a maximum of 32. That means the graph looks something like this. You've got a 0 here at 0, 0. This is the y-axis, this is the x-axis, this is 8. So this is the graph, and it's got a maximum, we'll say this is 32 right here. So here we are, we've got this path right here. Now, remember that vertex is smack dab in the middle. That means that this right here is 4. So this point is 4, 32. So given this information, we can find our vertex easily. We know what the vertex is, we know what our zeros are, so therefore we can come up with these two formulas. We can come up with the vertex formula for the quadratic equation and the standard form. We've got enough information to do that with. All right, standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. Vertex form, this a means something. Now, we haven't gotten this far in our class discussions yet, but this is a stretch or a compression. And then this is the vertex right here, the opposite of this one, whatever this is, and plus k. So that means the opposite of 4 would be minus 4. So I can tell that I've got x minus 4 squared plus, and my k is going to be the 32. So I can tell that much. So we're going to go from there, and we're going to develop a standard form and a vertex form of the equation because I'm looking for a. I don't know what a is. Okay, so when I'm looking for a here, there's some, I've got that same scenario right here. We need to find the a, that's our goal, and we can find the vertex form from the information that is given, and I did that on the last slide. The vertex is 432, okay, so we found that information. And we know that this one is going upside down because it has a maximum. So since it's having a maximum, remember, if it opens downward, then the beginning of the graph has to be negative. So I know that I've got this just from using that formula that I had, but I'm hunting a. Okay, so what I have to do is I'm going to complete the square, or I'm actually just going to multiply this out by foiling it. Remember, you're going to do, let's just add a page real quick. You're going to do x minus 4 squared, which is x minus 4 times x minus 4. So when you multiply that, you're going to get x squared minus 4x minus 4x plus 16. So that gives me x squared minus 8x plus 16, which leads me to the next step in what I had shown you. So I've got this here. All right, when I do that, remember when we complete the square and we do this, and we add 16 here, we have to take away 16 over here, because we do know, since this has a 0 of 0, 0, that in standard form I don't have a c, that my c is 0. So I know that my equation is this here. I don't have anything there. I've got a 0 because I'm going through the point 0, 0. Because this part, remember, gives me my y-intercept from another lesson. But I do know that this right here doesn't give me a maximum of 32. So what I have to do is I have to figure out, like I said, I'm hunting that a of what I need to multiply by. So I do this, I've got this, and I know that that's not 0. Negative 16 plus 32 doesn't give me 0, but negative 32 plus 32 will. So since negative 32 plus 32 will, that gives me my a. All I have to do is then take and put a 2 right here, and I go back to this form that I started with right here, this form right here, and I just put a 2 in here, and it fixes the whole situation. So if I put this graph into the computer, I'm going to get a 0 at 0, 0, and a 0 at 8, 0, with a vertex at 432. So that's how I found that. So now the standard form of the equation, remember it was a x squared plus bx plus c. So I started with this. So, and remember, I need my y-intercept to be 0. So all I have to do now is put the 2 in the front and it fixes it. Oh, and I did not multiply this correctly. So when I put that 2 in the front, glad I saw it. When I put that 2 in the front, this becomes 16x right here. Okay? And that's what we have. And that's the standard form. And that one will work out like we need it to. So you can use this as your guide to help you with your problems that you'll be doing in class.